Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So, Dr. Diggs, another YouTuber, put up a video about premium units, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting topic for a video that I haven't talked about yet. So let's do that here. This video is not a response to his, it's just my take on premium units, and then I can talk about some other related things that have been on my mind lately. Oh, and to everyone that commented about the difference between global and JP login rewards, I bet you're a lot of fun at parties. Just as a warning, this will be a vinegary video. Anyway, premium units are Gilgamesh and Super Sterne. They are cost 100, they have half the pull rate from the Hatcher, and they are twice the cost, shards-wise, in the shop. To answer Dr. Diggs' video title, should they exist? I say yes. I personally like the idea of premium units, and they're fun. When you face one in PvP, you get a little thrill. For 95% of players, they are like a distant, snowy mountain, and either they will ignore it, or climb it little by little over the course of months, maybe years. Then there are the 5% that will spend immediately to get them to 89 or 99. They are like hiring a very expensive helicopter to the top of the mountain, and bless them, thank you for supporting the game. And for people angry that they exist, you're angry at a mountain, so just relax, ignore it. What's the Simpsons joke? Old man yells at cloud? Are these premium units worth the extra cost and or time? I won't answer that question, I'll just say they aren't necessary. While they are very strong and fun, they have regular rarity substitutes. In Gilgamesh's case, you can use Agrius or Laswell or even Nasia. And in Super Sterne's case, you can use any of the half-dozen dark/attackers. Also, the premium units have their counters just like anyone else. If you watched my Super Sterne Arena videos, you saw my Sasayaki basically neuter him. They are strong, they are fun, they are trophies, but they are not way better than most of the other units, and there's no content that you can't beat without them. For most users, they will be units to keep in the back of mind as they work on them slowly, while using other units in the meantime and doing just fine. Now, to talk about premium units in mobile games. They are a thing as old as mobile games themselves, but they're implemented in a variety of ways. The most common type is probably the limited time rare unit, like for a collaboration or holiday. Another very common type is for a unit to only be available like 3 days or a week out of every month. I don't love this system, and it's in like Monster Strike and Brave Exvius. But while I can tolerate it in Monster Strike, I hate it in Brave Exvius. And the reason for that is because it was implemented very early in the life of Monster Strike, and everyone, myself included, was like, okay, this is how the game is going to be, fine. I hate it in Brave Exvius because it was implemented when the game was very advanced in its life, and it felt like a cash grab, and the fact that you couldn't use select tickets for those units was a gut punch and also a cash grab. But since this premium unit thing in War of the Visions was implemented day one, I can accept it. By the way, one pitfall a lot of people fall into is comparing War of the Visions with Brave Exvius. In fact, you really shouldn't compare any mobile game to any other mobile game. You should judge every one by its own design and own systems, especially this many years into the mobile game industry, and in a game by a company, or two companies rather, with lots of experience. This is going to explode some heads, but War of the Visions is a well-run, well-designed, balanced game that is fair and generous to all users. I certainly wouldn't spend this much if it weren't that. I can say this because I have played mobile games for years. I have played JP and global versions, I have played as a whale and free-to-play, I have seen well-run and poorly run games. I have seen so much, and with all my experience, I can tell you War of the Visions is a good game. And any decisions they made in how you level guys, or craft equipment, or pull the hatcher, they were all decisions that took into account what was successful and what wasn't over the years of trial and error by dozens of companies and hundreds of games. If this is your first or second mobile game and you're on Reddit writing essays about how to fix this or that, again, old man yells at cloud. Square and Gumi are better at making games than us, so let's relax, let's see where they take us in a year or 2 years. The game is friggin' 3 months old now. Also, if you knew anything about mobile games, you would know that new games always start out strict and stingy, and get more generous and easier to play as time goes on. It's just the pattern with this type of thing. To get back to premium units, they operate fine in War of the Visions. They don't break the game, and part of the reason for that is enemy and level design. It's similar to Monster Strike and Dragon Ball Legends and Kotobuki, where units have inherent traits that give them advantages in some maps against some enemies and disadvantages against others. In War of the Visions, it's elements and attack types, and we saw the importance of that in the raid and the tower. In the raid in particular, we saw a bunch of people maybe operating on knowledge from previous games, perhaps Brave Exvius, where they insisted on bringing Orlando, even though the boss was strong against Slash and Lightning. And before you comment, oh well, I multiplayed with 4 level 99 Orlandos and we broke defense and imperiled Lightning and got level 150. I know. You figured out how to do a chain. Good for you. But since the way War of the Visions works, where different elements and attack types are spotlighted in rotation, no one unit can dominate everything, so premium units don't upset the balance. They will get the spotlight in their own time. Brave Exvius, meanwhile, is a game flawed in a very fundamental way that directly led to 7 stars, Neo Visions, stupid power creep, and then fights where you need to refer to an encyclopedia to beat. The units don't have inherent attributes, like elements or attack types in War of the Visions, so you can kind of use anyone, anywhere. If you had Orlando or Hyul or Axstar when they first came out, you could use them anywhere. You could get additional boosts if you gave them elemental weapons or imbued elements, but the only thing that would motivate you to pull for new units would be like new bosses with crazy HP totals, or new forms like 7 stars or Neo Visions. And please don't comment to me about how Final Fantasy Brave Exvius works now. I stopped caring about the game a long time ago. War of the Visions won't have the same power creep problem because we're going to have to go through every combination of attack type and element before we get units that obsolete old units, like an ice element magic attacker better than Mediana. It's not going to happen for a long time, and even when it does, they'll be great chaining partners with Mediana, so she won't be obsoleted after all. Again, Gumi and Square have a lot of experience with managing power creep, and so far they're doing a good job. The time to start worrying is when they start releasing premium units every month and start designing bosses that can only be beaten by those premium units. Or if they introduce some bullcrap like cost 200 units. But I predict that won't happen for a couple years, if ever. So yeah, relax, take the long view. If you like the premium units, go for them. If you don't, skip them. It's cool either way. And if your Royal ranks 6 or 10, look into spending to refresh the hard quests for those premium units. If you do the math, you'll see it's a better value than just buying the shards from the shop outright. As for me, I'm going to keep working on Super Sterne, because I like his character, I love his voice actor, and he's fun to use. Hopefully I can get him to level 89 by the time he's released in Global, so I can review him. Alright, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.